If you want to learn graphic design and you don't know how to go about it, this video is for you. Welcome to my channel, guys. This is Jim Graphics, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget drop a comment. If you have any question, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this video. If this is your first time launching CorelDraw, this video is actually for you, and I'm going to put you guys the step-by-step process in which you can start your journey as a graphic designer. And in this video, we'll be making use of CorelDraw. I'm a CorelDraw user, so we're going to make, if you love CorelDraw and you want to learn CorelDraw, this channel is for you. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump straight to the video. So if you launch CorelDraw, this is basically what you're going to do, and this version I'm using is CorelDraw 2024. All right, if you need CorelDraw version, you can DM me. I'm going to put you the process in which you're going to get it. All right, so right about that, if you open your CorelDraw interface, this is basically what you're going to see. So over here are recent jobs which we've concluded. All right, so if you open your CorelDraw, if you have not done any job, if it's a new installed software on your system, you're not going to see you will see a different thing here. All right, but these are recent jobs which I have done, and coming over here, you will see a very big plus sign. All right, you can see under it is written new document. All right, so that is where you have to get started and understand what CorelDraw is all about. So to launch your CorelDraw, just double click on the icon and it's going to launch and get you to this process. All right, and once you get to this stage, just click on this big plus sign. All right, so once you do it, you're going to see this dialog box. Sometimes on the lower version it's always very small, but in this version it's kind of big. All right, so we have over here, we have all the size, the paper presets, the sizes of all the things, some shapes you want to make use of. All right, so basically this is not where we are looking at. All right, so if you look at your right hand side over here, you will see we have name. So this is where you're going to name your file. Over here, this is the number of pages. Over here we have CMYK, RGB, and over here we have weight, orientation. Orientation simply means either you want it on a landscape or a portrait. All right, so portrait simply means when your paper is kind of straight, then landscape is kind of when it's the other way around, when it's kind of slants. All right, so over here we have resolution, GPI. So default we always use 300 resolution. All right, so and the meaning of this CMYK and RGB simply means they have difference. These are color modes. All right, we have RGB and CMYK. So if you want to design with RGB, simply know that these are kind of designs that you will do for social media purposes. All right, or let's say digital purposes. All right, so over here, guys, if you want to print your design, simply make use of CMYK as your color mode. All right, as your primary color mode. So in this case, we're going to leave our default as CMYK. So if you're done with this, basically click on OK to get a new document. All right, so if you look closely over here, we have different kind of things, and don't be confused, guys. We're going to take it step by step. This is going to be episode 1 of the beginners class. So this is going to be the step-by-step process. If you don't know anything on this interface, don't worry, I'm going to explain. We might not finish everything on this video, but I will explain on a different video. All right, so right about that, we have over here, if you look at your top, you will see we have from file to help. All right, so everything you're seeing here have its own purpose and they have their own names. All right, if you come to the right, you can see colors over here. If you come to the left, you can see other things here. If you come to the bottom part, you will still see other things here. All right, so first thing first, from file to help, it's called we have bars in CorelDraw. We call them bars, BARS, bars. All right, they are called bars in CorelDraw. So we have bars in CorelDraw, and these bars have their own function. Do you understand? So right about that, we have file, we have edit under menu bar. First bars you're going to see is called menu bar. All right, so we have File under menu bar, we have Edit under menu bar, we have View, we have Layout, Objects, Effect, Bitmap, Text, Table, Tools, Windows, and Help. Those are subheadings under the menu bar. Do you understand? So coming over here, we have the status bar. All right, we have the status bar. All right, so under the status bar, we have new, which is if you want to create a new document, but we're going to treat this one after the other. All right, so we have new, but if you come over to file, let me take it one after the other. We have file, we have under file, we have new, we have new from templates, we have open from cloud, we have open recent. So this open recent are basically the jobs I've done. If you don't want to go and start looking for your job that you have done before, this is where you're going to get them. So we have close all, we have save, we have save as, we have save to cloud, save as templates, we have acquire image, we have import, we have export for, we have send to, we have publish to PDF, we have print, merge, and we have a lot. All right, so under edit, we have undo, redo, and lots of that. So you can explore and look at them while we take them bit by bit, so you're going to understand everything we have here. So right about that, like I said, we have our status bar. All right, so after the status bar, we have our property bar. So under the property bar, that's where you get your page size, page dimension, orientation, landscape, and portrait. So we have our units, drawing units, then we have other things. You will not make use of everything in CorelDraw. Even the person that invented this software, I don't think he knows everything about it. You understand? Not everybody, you can never know all. Just acquire the ones you can and make use of it. Put good use of it. All right, so right about that, on the left hand side, we have the tools. These are the basic things you need. These are the most important things you need on this software. We have the tools. All right, so we have different tools in CorelDraw. All right, so we have the pick tool, we have the shape tool, we have the crop tool, we have the zoom tool, we have the freehand tool, we have the artistic media, we have the rectangle tool, we have the ellipse tool, we have the polygon tool, we have the text tool, we have the parallel dimension tool, then we have this connector tool, then we have our shadow tool, we have transparency tool, then we have eyedropper tool, then we have fill tool. So right about that, under these tools, there are more tools inside the tools. Do you understand what I mean? So if you look at your CorelDraw and look at the tools, you will see there's an arrow under its tool pointing down right. All right, just look at it. Under there, you will see there's an arrow pointing down. So if you click on that arrow, you will see other tools that are inside the tool. Under the shape tool, you will see there are smooth, smear, twirl, attack, and rappel, smudge, and other things. All right, so under crop, you can see we have the knife, the crop, the visual segments, delete, and erase. All right, so this is basically the tools you're going to make use of in CorelDraw. So basically, the reason why you're seeing all these tools and you're not seeing the other tools is because these are the most important tools you need. All right, so if you can explore the other ones, and then we're going to go through that on a bit by bit as we go on. All right, so if you come to the very right hand side, you're going to see your color palette. All right, you're going to see your color palette. So we have the RGB as a color mode, and we have CMYK as a color mode. I think I've explained that in the beginning of this class. All right, so right about that, if you come here, you can see there's an arrow. You can see other colors over here. If you click on this arrow over here, you can see other colors. All right, so like I said, we have this property bar, then we have the status bar, which here indicates some of the, if you click on a color here, let's say we click on a color here, so you can see the colors are coming here. You can see them under here. You can see where the colors are coming. So right about that, this is basically the basic things you're going to make use of. All right, so now coming over to this box you're seeing here, this is called your workspace. All right, it is called your workspace. This is where all your designs will be made. Do you understand? This is where all your designs will be made. So in CorelDraw and apart from CorelDraw, we have sizes of papers or sizes of designs we normally do. There are default sizes, there are basic sizes, there are basic sizes that you will like to, there are designs you would like to design, and I think there are specific sizes for them. So I'll teach you how to get those sizes. All right, so right about that, the first one we're going to look at is the normal A4 paper size we normally see everywhere. A4 paper, if you're familiar with this white paper that are used on offices, this is called A4 paper. We'll have A4, A5, A6, A0, A1, then we have B1, B2, I think. So right about that, if you come over to these letters, this is where you see page size. So here you're going to see all the sizes of papers we have. All right, all the sizes of paper we have. All right, so over here, guys, you can see we have letter, and different ones. So let me just show you guys. We have envelope. These are envelope sizes, normal envelope you always see. All right, so you can see the normal one we use. We have A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. So A0 is bigger than A1, A1 is bigger than A2, A2 is bigger than A3, A3 is bigger than A4, A4 is bigger than A5, then A5 is bigger than A6. So right about that, coming over to this page dimension simply means is same as resizing your page or getting the exact size of what you want to design. Do you understand? So right about that, let's assume we want to design a business card. So business cards over here, the size of business card is we have that's 3 by 3 by 3.5 by, I think it is 3.5 by, what's the size again? It's 33 by 3.5, I guess. Nope. All right, so we have 2.5 by 3.5. All right, so basically this is how you're going to get your size. All right, so this is not business card size actually, but you can Google it if you want to get any size you want to get. So the social media size, like Instagram size, which you normally do, we have 10 by 10. We have 5 by 5. So those, let's say you want to put 5 by 5. If you just come over here and put 5 up, 5 down, then you press enter on your keyboard, you're going to have a square. So let's assume you're doing 10 by 5. So if you put 10 up, 5 down, this is the size you're going to get. This is 10 by 5 size. In case you're designing a banner, I'm just giving you an instance so you're going to understand basically. So right about that, we have under units, we have meters, we have pickers, we have points, we have pixels, and lots more. Then we have feet, we have yard, we have miles, centimeter, meters, kilometer. So over here, guys, these are where you get your sizes. Like if you understand, if you want to design a social media post, we normally use inches or pixels. You can use pixels or inches. All right, so let's assume you're designing 10 by 10 inches, then you have to change this to inches before you put your size over here. Do you understand? So let's say 10 by 10 inches, so you have to put inches here. You have to change this to inches before you put either 5 by 5. You understand? So now if you're conversant with design, you will understand that banners are designed on feet. You understand? So this is where they get it. You have to change it to feet, then get, maybe let's say the banner is 10 by 5, put 10 and 5. So this is 10 by 5 feet. If you print this is very big. It's very big, guys. Forget the way you're seeing it on the system, all right? But we're going to look at these tools and look at their function. All right, so let me change this to A4 so we're going to understand. So basically we have treats, thus ones, this property bar, and like I said, this is standard bar, and this is standard bar and this property bar. So guys, we're going to look at the tools we use in CorelDraw. I'm going to show you guys the basic. All right, so now if you understand this, I want to tell you guys something. All the tools you're seeing here, they work hand in hand. Everything you're seeing here, they work hand in hand. Do you understand? So everything work hand in hand, and all of them have their own uses and purposes. All right, so when I say this is a property bar, you're going to understand. Now this pick tool you're seeing is used to select, position, or transform an object. I'm going to explain. It's used to position, select, or transform an object. I'm going to explain. All right, so let's assume I put a box over here. You can see this box is not selected. All right, this is your pick tool. If you click on it and you click and drag like this, you see it is selected. That's why they tell you it's used to select, position, or transform an object. Let's assume I want to position this object from here to this place. Now I'm going to drag it to this place. If I want to bring it to this side, I'm going to click on it, drag it to this place. So that is the work of a pick tool. Do you understand? That's the work of a pick tool. So going forward, guys, we'll have the shape tool. So the shape tool is used to edit curve, objects, or text characters by manipulating node. So this is node. Node is spelled as N-O-D-E. All right. Now, what is node? You can see on my screen we have some black dots over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 nodes over here. These are all called node. Do you understand? They are all node. Now shape 2 is telling us that you can use this to edit curves, objects, or text characters by manipulating node. You will still understand why on the long run you will understand all this. All right, so right about that, if you want to manipulate this objects, like they said, shape 2 is used to manipulate objects. So before, like I told you guys, if you remember what I said, these tools work hand in hand. All right, and every tool you're seeing here have its own property bar. Like I told you, we have property bar. Property simply means, let me just explain. Let me use something. What will I use for example for you guys? Let's assume you buy an apple. If you open the apple, you will see that there are seeds inside. Do you understand? Those seeds are actually useful in the sense that you can still use them and plant to get another apple. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you're going to understand what I'm trying to say. Now if you select any tool over here, all right, let's assume you select, we are on pick 2, but if you select shape 2, watch this bar. Just watch this bar. It's going to change this bar. Just watch this bar. Have you seen it? Now if I select this pick crop tool, have you seen something? It have changed. If I drop the tool, it have changed. If I select my zoom tool, it has come back to this. If I select my freehand tool, it has come back to this. If I select my rectangle tool, it have changed again. If I select my ellipse tool, it have changed again. If I select my polygon tool, it have changed. So that's what I'm saying. Every tool here have its own property. So if you select any tool, you will see the properties will change so that you can use those properties to get more information that you're going to make use of in your design. Do you understand? So right about that, let's experiment using our shape tool. So we have explained our pick tool. So over here, our shape tool, they said we use it to manipulate nodes. So let me remove this color so we will understand. They said we use it to manipulate shape, objects, or text characters by manipulating node. So like I told you, all these things are called nodes. Do you understand? So right about that, this thing you're seeing here, it's not an object yet, it's just a rectangle. Why is it not a rectangle? Why is it not an object? Because an object is something from this this is just a rectangle we just drew. So to convert it to a curve, to convert it to an object, you have to convert it to curve, so that you can make use of your shape tool to manipulate it. You can still make use of your shape tool to manipulate it just the way it is. Let me assume I want to transform this from the box it is to a round shape. I'll just select my shape tool and draw this knot this way. Now you can see it have transformed. Do you understand? That is why they say it is used to manipulate object by using knots. Do you understand? Like I said, these are all knots. This black pom you're seeing here, they are all knots. All right, you can see. You can transform it anyhow you want. All right. So right about that. So let's assume if you transformed it this way. So let me show you guys example of something. Let me just show you an example. Let me bring in a picture. I want to bring a picture of somebody. All right, just hold on. Let me bring a picture. So let's make use of this picture, for example. Now, you guys, sometimes you will see some designs are being placed on shapes. Like you see on the design, you will see some designs are placed on shapes. So this is how it's being done. All right, so you can just use this shape and just get this thing this way. Do you understand? We'll get to this on our preview or on our subsequent classes. You're going to understand all this. All right, so I'm just showing you the basic things you need in CorelDraw. Do you understand? So like I said, everything here works hand in hand. So it's just getting this and putting them together to get an output, a good result. Do you understand? It's just the use of all these tools. Now, okay, somebody will ask me, how did I power clip this into this place? How did I place it into this place? It's just by right clicking and select a power clip. You will see an arrow. Once you see an arrow, you can just power clip it into this place. All right, so this is not why we're here for now. So let me just put that aside. So right about that, this thing now is like this, the way we saw it. So you can see we transformed this from a box to a round shape. So right about that, I told you, if you want, before you get anything as object, you have to convert it to curve. So to convert to curve, you have to right click. You will see convert to curve, and anything you convert to curve is automatically an object. So if you convert it to curve now, mind you, this node is going to change. This black node will change, so don't be confused. So let's convert to curve. So you're going to see now, if I select my shape tool, you can see the node have changed. So because now it's now an object. All right, so right about that, if I want to transform this from this shape to another shape, let me assume I want to draw a rectangle tool. Do you understand? If I want to draw a rectangle tool, now what you're going to do is you're just going to manipulate node just the way it is written over there. It says it is used to manipulate objects using node. So let me add the node here. If you want to add the node, you just double click on this. You see you have added the node. If you want to delete a node, double click on the same node to delete it. So if I add a node here and delete this node, I've gotten what? A rectangle. Do you understand? That is how to manipulate objects. Do you understand? So right about that, let me assume I want to just I want to get another shape from this. If I just drag this way, see, I've gotten another shape. Do you understand? So that is how all these things are used. All right, so you will understand everything bit by bit. You're not going to understand everything on this video, so we're going to make other videos for you guys as beginners. So just watch this video to the very end. Make sure you watch to the very end so that you understand vividly. All right, so right about that, now let's delete this, or let's put this aside. This is for curve. Now what we're going to learn now is the crop tool. You understand? Crop tool is used to remove the areas outside the selection. It is used to remove an area outside a selection. So right about that, let me bring this image just over here so we're going to understand what I mean. It's used to remove objects outside a selection. All right, now this is an object, and I want to remove just this face. All right, I want to just crop this her eyes. All right, the eye part, I want to crop it out. Now what you're going to do is select your crop tool and just basically draw a line here. Once you draw a line, you will see something like this. Now you will see options of crop or clear. If you clear, it will remove. Now if you draw it again, you can either crop here or double click on this place. Now crop over here. Now you see we have cropped this image. So we have cropped just this part of the image. That is the work of a crop tool. Do you understand? That is the work of a crop tool. Now basically, I believe you understand the work of a crop tool. Now we have the zoom tool. Zoom tool is used to change the magnification level of a document or a window document. All right, now let me assume designing, and I have this image this way. All right, and I want to zoom out this image. All right, I can see it very clearly. So that is the work of a zoom tool, to zoom in and zoom out. So right about that, if you want to zoom out this image, you can actually use your mouse to zoom. There's a scroll button on your mouse. You can actually scroll this way or scroll this way. So, or if this is like this, you can actually come over to your zoom tool and click and drag this way. Now you can see, if you want to zoom more, just click and drag this way. If you want to zoom more, click and drag, click and drag. So if you want to zoom out, you can zoom out, use your mouse and zoom out. You can use your left click or right click and do that. So that is the work of a zoom tool. So we have our freehand tool. So we have our freehand tool. So the work of a freehand tool is basically used to draw curves and straight lines. All right, so let's select our freehand tool. So let's assume we want to draw a curve. So this is actually a curve. Do you understand? It's actually a curve, or you can use it to draw a straight line. So that is basically, sometimes if you watch my designs, I'll tell you, let's select our freehand tool and draw a line over here. So that is the use of that freehand tool. We use it to draw lines. All right, so basically that is freehand tool. So over here we have our artistic media. Artistic media, this is somehow we use it back in the days. I don't think I use it anymore. But you can actually, like I said, if you select any tool here, the property we show. All right, every tool here have its own property. So this is the property of an artistic media. If you come over to this, you can see different kind of brushes over here, different kind of style. So let me assume I want to draw this style. All right, you see, let's assume I want to draw this. You can see. So these are basic things we have used back in the days. I don't use this tool mostly. So that is basically the use of the artistic media. All right, so we have the crop tool, the rectangle tool. Rectangle tool, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the most important tool in CorelDraw. You will always need it. Do you understand? You can use rectangle tool to get anything. I can use it to draw a human being. I can use it to draw anything. Rectangle tool is used to draw square and rectangle by dragging in a drawing window. So like I told you, this is your workspace. All right, this is your workspace. Now let's assume, now if you're designing, let's assume we want to design a poster with this workspace. Now you can see we cannot do anything. Why? Because if I want to design with this image now and I zoom it out, this way, now you can see we cannot design like this, because look at our shape. The whole thing is covering our box, our paper. As you can see, it is going out of frame. You understand? So to get your design, everybody that wants to start designing must use the rectangle tool. So now let me double click on this. Once you double click on it, it will bring itself to this very point. All right, so let me assume I power clip this into this place. Now you can see it is fitted to the frame. So right about that, the use of that is actually to help you guide every design you're doing not to go out of frame, and you can also use that to do other things. Do you understand? So there are a lot of things you can use your freehand rectangle tool to do. So sometimes you can be designing a flyer, and you put a color here, and sometimes you put a rectangle tool here, then power clip into this place. You can see these are how design starts. All right, so you can see this is how design. So you can put your text, you can just put your text, do your stuff. You understand? So we'll get to that bit by bit. All right, so right about that, if you bring in your rectangle tool, you will see we always have a line outside the rectangle tool. Let me remove this fill so you're going to see. So there's something I want you to understand. We have outline and we have fill color. We have outline color and we have fill color. So when I zoom in or when I zoom out this way, you will see that if I put this color, it's called, okay, let me give it, okay, let me leave it that way. If I give it this color, it's called, any color you put inside the box is called fill. It's called fill, like you're filling something with colors. It's called filling. Fill color, fill, F-I-L-L. Just like this one, fill color. Just like this one, fill color. So if you come inside here, you see there's a black line. It's called outline. So you can also give it a color also. If you want to fill a color, you use your left click on your mouse to fill a color this way. If you want to give an outline, you use your right click. You use your right click this way to give an outline. So basically, this is how to get fill color and strokes. You can call it strokes or outline. So right about that is the work of a rectangle tool. So we have our ellipse tool. All right, we have our ellipse tool. So basically, ellipse tool is basically used to draw a cycle. So if you look over here, you can draw a cycle and ellipse by dragging in a drawing window. So this is your drawing window or your workspace. So once you click and drag, you get a cycle. All right, this is it. So you can also power clip this one also into this frame. So I believe you always see this in designs, so don't get confused when you see them in designs. All right, so as you can see, this is how all these things are done. So basically, let me place this here. That's the work of ellipse tool. So we have a polygon tool. Polygon tool is used to draw polygons by dragging in the drawing window. So if I click on my polygon tool and draw this way, all right, this is a polygon right now. So we can actually change this to star. Now this brings me to where I told you that all these tools work hand in hand. For instance, if I want to draw a star with this polygon tool, what am I going to do? If I come over to the property bar of the polygon tool, you can see we have points or side. Set the number of points or side for the polygon, star, or complex. So if you want to make this star, you can actually come over to this shape. I told you they work hand in hand. I selected my polygon tool. Now I'm going back to shape tool to draw a star. So if you select this node, drag it in here, what do you see? You're seeing a star. So right about that is how to create all these things. Like I said, they work hand in hand. All this thing depends on, okay, let me say I'm designing and I encounter a problem. It's just knowing the basic tool to use to overcome that specific problem. Do you understand? Knowing the tool to use for a particular task. Do you understand? That is basically the use of all these things. Like I told you, all these things are colors. You can make use of them. All right. So over here, I'm going to show you something that you have always seen with this polygon tool. All right. So let's assume this is this. Let me remove the fill. Give it an outline. What did I say? Outline and fill. Don't forget. So right about that, let me show you guys. If I add knots over here, if I increase the knot, now watch this. If I go back to my shape tool, select and click, drag a knot here. What did I draw? What is this? Some of you always see this on what? On certificates. These are mostly on certificates. You can actually increase the knot again. We often see this where on certificates. Do you understand? So all these things work hand in hand, and they basically work hand in hand actually to create something unique. Do you understand? That is the work of a polygon tool. You can make use of it for anything. Do you understand? So right about that, we have the text tool. Text tool is used to edit paragraphs and artistic text. If I select my text tool here, I can add, like I said, they have all their property bar. Now if I say gym graphics, all right, if I say gym graphics, now some of you might be designing and you will see there are fonts you will like. Some will be cursive fonts, some will be bold, some will be tiny, some will be, you can play with them. Now this is your property bar for your text. All right, now if you come over to this property bar, you see you have font lists. Choose a typeface for your new or selected text. Now if I come over to this, now you will see we have bunch and bunch and bunch and bunch. Okay, let me bring this guy down here. So if I select this, you'll see we have bunch of fonts. Now let me be scrolling. Now you can see some fonts are like this. These are called cursive fonts. Gym graphics. If you want to change it, select. You can come here. This is where we select fonts. Do you understand? These are where we get fonts from. Do you understand? This is where we get fonts. Different fonts. You can see we have different fonts. You can see another one like this. So you can actually change the color. You can see you can apply colors. So it depends on what you are doing. Note guys, I'm just showing you the basic use of all these tools. I'm showing you the use of these tools and what they are used for. Do you understand how to make use of them? You can actually select font, another font if you want. All right, so let's assume I'm selecting this font. All right, let's assume I'm selecting this font. If you want to manipulate this text, you can actually right click and select you can break them apart. You can see we have, if you go to text, you can see we have if you want to break this text apart so that this one will be on its own, this one will be on its own. Sometimes you will see some text will be, people will be playing with text. I just want to show you how to do that. All right, it's not here, but you can use Ctrl+K to break. Okay, it's on objects. Yes, break it apart. Ctrl+K is on object. Like I said, they work hand in hand. I selected my text tool, I went to objects, and it's just knowing where all these things are. All right, so once you break it apart, you can see this one is on its own, this one is on its own. So if you want, you can type them differently. Do you understand? So you can place this one here or place this one here. You can see we have even created a logo. We've created a logo just now. You see? So this is actually how I can use this as a logo. It's looking nice. Do you understand? So these are basic ways and things you need in CorelDraw. So right about that, I can change this one to yellow, change this one to red, you see, or change this one to blue, change this one to green, and so on and so forth. Do you understand? So it's how to manipulate all of these things. It's very simple. It's just knowing the right time to use a specific one. All right, but for the on our subsequent class, I'm going to teach you guys how we'll have a part 2 of this class. We'll have a part 2 of it. I'll teach you other things. All right, so now you will tell me that this thing, some of you will be asking, how do I change this to capital letter in CorelDraw? Now if you click on this and highlight it, what did I tell you? This one is used to select, position, or transform. I can select it this way, bring this here, select it. You can see there's a very small thing under here. So if I place my mouse there, you see it have changed. So that's where you select and drag this way. Do you understand? So let me assume I want to change it to capital letter. If you go to text, why are we going to text? Because we are on text too. So if you go to text, you will see change case. Change case. So that's why I told you all these things, they have their own function. So it's less for you to just know what they are used for, but we'll treat that little by little. All right, so go to change case. Once you go to change case, you will see sentence case, lower case. Let's experiment them. So you see this lower case, then we have the shortcut is shift F3. So we have uppercase. Uppercase is capital letter. If you want to make your text capital letter, So we have title case. Title case, if you want the first letter to be titled uppercase, that's it. So we have total case, so that is it. So you can just experiment and make use of them. So this is for text too. All right, so basically we have our parallel dimension. I don't make use of it. It's used to draw slanted dimension. I don't make use of this often, but you see, so it's just for you knowing what they are used for. I don't use this too, so I don't know what to tell you about it. Whenever we are designing and the need to use it comes up, we're going to use it. So I'm just showing you the basic ones you're going to make use of in CorelDraw. So let's step aside and go to shadow tool. So shadow is actually shadow is used to apply shadow behind, below, or side objects. So right about that, let me assume this is a star and I want to apply a shadow to it. So now if I select my shadow tool, like I told you, every tool has its own property. So as I selected the shadow tool, the property changed. So if you come to this preset, you can see we have let's experiment them one after the other. Let's say we have flat top, right? So you can see we have bottom, we have left, we have right. You can see them. So you can see different shadows. All right, I've learned something today. I've not used this before, but it's given. All right, so you can see different shadows. So let's assume we want to just apply a shadow. You can actually also click and drag to apply a shadow. All right, so if I need this shadow now to leave the body of this star, I'm going to break it apart using Ctrl+K, or I'm going to right click and say break shadow apart. You can see Ctrl+K. Now I can bring this one here, You can see this is how to apply shadow. This is how to apply a shadow on the text. You can actually change the color if you want. You can change the color of your shadow. So that's how to apply shadow to anything. So let's assume you want to apply, you can apply it to anything. You can apply it to anything. Let me apply it to this text so you can see. Now you can see. All right, so this line you're seeing here is either to increase or decrease. So let's increase it. All right, so let me give this one a white outline so you can see. So let's increase the white outline. F12 on your keyboard. Now let's bring this one. You can see this is how to apply shadow. So that is it for shadow. So we have transparency. Transparency is used to partially reveal image areas underneath the object. If you're conversant with my class, I always tell you guys shadow on my own times is used to either reveal or hide. So let's now experiment it on this. So now let's select this image using our pick tool. So right about that, if you want to hide part of this cycle, what are you going to use? So your brain should tell you, okay, I'm going to make use of my transparency tool. So let's assume you're designing and you okay, I want to fade out some things in CorelDraw. So what am I going to use? So your mind should tell you you're going to make use of your shadow or your transparency tool. So select the transparency tool over here and fade out this place. So if you click and drag this place, you can see some places are fading out. So they say it's either used to review or hide. So we have hide this place to review this place. So if we hide this side, we are revealing this side and we're hiding this side. So you can also use this thing to blend two objects together. So let me assume I have two objects now. All right, how did I get these two? Some of you will still ask me question, how did I duplicate this one this way? So you can just copy and paste this way. You can see Ctrl+C to copy, Ctrl+V to paste. So right about that, you can see we have this one. So I want to blend. Let me blend. I want to blend. If you want to blend this together, this one together with this, select your transparency tool and fade out this edge. So you can see can see you have blended these two together. You can see we blended two together. So that's where you can actually use to blend backgrounds. So let me assume I bring in this image. Now I bring in my rectangle tool. Like I said, they work hand in hand. So your rectangle tool, like I said, I said you can do multiple things with it. So select your rectangle tool. If you draw it this way, you can see this color. Now if you want to reveal this woman, what you're going to do is select your transparency tool, feather out this edge. As you can see, you can use it to reveal. So you can see this place is hidden. You can actually select this one and reveal it this way, still having your color. Or you can just reduce this one this way, and you can just scale this one up. So let's assume you want to have multiple colors, blue over here, and see, bring it this way, because as you can see, we use it to blend or reveal anything in CorelDraw. So that's the work. So the work of color eyedropper tool is used to sample color or apply them to an object. All right, sample color and apply them to an object. So let's assume I have this, all right, and I have this. Now we have this lady and I want to pick a color. You want to have this color, this exact color on this box, on this cycle here. The tool you're going to use is eyedropper tool. So if you select your eyedropper tool, anywhere you point this, it's going to give you the same color. If I point this over here to give me that same color, if I point it to her hair, you can see. If I point it to her body, white, green, as you can see. So if I select this green, it have picked. Now if I drop it here now, it have dropped. If I come back here, like I told you, pick tool is used to select. You can also use to drop objects. Now if I select and come over to this pink color and pick a color here, drop it here. You understand? Just pick a color and drop. That's the work. Pick her hair color, drop it here. So this is how you can also create your own color palette if you're designing. Sometimes your client will tell you, oh, I want you to get this exact color for me. They will send you an image and tell you, okay, I want to use this exact color. So if you bring in that color, that image to CorelDraw, how do you extract those colors? You use your pick color, your pick tool to get it. All right. Right about that, we have our interactive field tool. Interactive field tool is used dynamically to apply the current field to an object in your drawing window. First of all, if you select your interactive field tool, you can actually use it to apply multiple colors this way. So let me assume I want to apply this. I can select this one, select this node here, select this one, come over to this. You can see colors. I can basically select two colors here. You can see that's the work of. You can add another color in between if you want. You can see, how do I add another color? I told you, if you want to add a node, double click on the line to add the node. If you want to delete it, double click on it again. So let me double click on this. You see, I've added another color. So you see, that's why you see multiple colors in designs. All right, in some designs. All right, so let me assume this is looking like a rainbow, but let me add another color here. So you can see this is how to apply all these things. This is how to apply them. So right about that, I stopped at we have touched from pick tool to interactive field tool. So right about that, this is where I'm going to stop in this class. So in the next class, we're going to treat some basic things like how to draw objects, how to draw logos, how to draw certain things in CorelDraw. So if you have any question, guys, please drop me a comment in the comment section below, and make sure you like this video, share to your friends, to those who are interested and want to learn CorelDraw. See you guys in my next video.